Hi everybody, I promised to show you how to make the key fob reverse side so you can add a name and everything. Last night I did it in Sew What Pro. This is in Embrilliance. I have all of the modules for the Embrilliance suite, every Stitch Artist there is out there, so I'm not sure which one would give you the functionality, but I'm sure it's the basic one, because really all you're doing is copying one thing and pasting it into a blank template. So as you can see, it's the same thing I did last night with the bunny rabbit. So I have my steps over here. I'm not using the working file. I am using the PES file, just so you can see what I see. It'd be the same thing that you see regardless of the format, unless you're working in the basic creation file, actually the working file with Embrilliance. So I have the bunny, and just like in the other program, you want to make sure that you're selecting one of the full outlines that's going to give you the true layout. This one is a 4x4 hoop size. So just like we did in Sew What Pro, we're actually going to copy this into Embrilliance. You've got several things. I do have a touch screen. That might be easier for me, but anyway, you can copy a color stop or a full design, however you want to, several different ways. One of them is just to click the icon at the top of the page. I come over here to the second, what I have for the back side of the bunny. You can see that it is a blank file, and I'm just going to come up here and paste what I just copied, so you can see the outline of the bunny now. So I want to mirror it just like I did in the other program. I can never remember which one it is. Let's see, that's a flip. That's a flip. Let's see. There we go. And I'm just going to turn it so you can actually see. So now the bunny is reverse the other bunny. So when you're stitching the back side, then you're going to stitch the front in your second hooping. You're going to marry the two pieces together before your last one or two color stops. It depends on the design that you have. This particular design is my bunny rabbit, and I do have two color stops that are done after the back piece of vinyl is added, and that would be the snap circles, the snap placement circles, and the full outline again. So to recap what I went through last night with Sew What Pro, once you pick that outline and you copy it to another hooping, you're going to want to stitch this hooping first. You're going to add your name. Again, your bunny shape on the inside is slightly smaller than your final bean, so you want to make sure that you are allowing room for it. This one I'm going to actually add a name to, just to show you what it looks like. My name works pretty good. So you can line it up wherever you want. Put it in the center of the bunny. Well, all right, I got the wrong thing clicked here. Here we go. So you can move it around and center it. You can turn it a little bit. You can make it, my bunny is in an angle, but you can make it so that it is horizontal on the bunny after it's stitched out. You could do a monogram, you could do a name, you could do a date, you could do whatever you want to, as long as it fits in that tiny space. So again, this would be your first stitching. On hoop number 1, you would just stitch the outline only on stabilizer. Then you would put your back piece of vinyl, stitch your name, remove that from the hoop. Then you want to stitch out your design. Before you get to the spot in your design steps that you add your back piece, you want to unclip your hoop. Do not remove anything from the hoop. You want to take your bunny that you have, well, it's not working there for me. Here we go. So you want to take your bunny with the name or the monogram or the other design on the back, whatever you have. You are going to line up this final outline to the back side of this piece, making sure that you line up the stitching as close as possible. And if you remember, I said that you're only going to stitch this on stabilizer. The name is going to be the only thing that's going to be stitched on the vinyl. The reason for that is because it's going to give you a little bit of play when you're trying to line it up. You want it as close as possible, but it's almost going to be nearly 100% impossible, for me anyway, to line up stitch for stitch, the front piece to the back piece. So if you have just your outline done on stabilizer, you can actually have a little bit of wiggle room, because once you trim your piece up, you're not going to see any of that stitching anyway. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, and if you have any questions, just pop on and ask away. Thanks. Have a good night.